Today, we're going to dig into a moment when one of the world's biggest brands, Nike, handed the keys to its massive supply chain over to an AI, and, well, it got things spectacularly wrong. Now, this isn't just a story about some corporate blunder. It's a really critical lesson about the hidden dangers of automated decision-making.
So just imagine this for a second. How does a giant company, end up with warehouses packed full of sneakers that nobody wants, while at the very same time the shoes everyone is dying to get are completely sold out? This isn't some hypothetical problem from a business textbook. It's exactly what happened to Nike. And the culprit? A brand new, cutting-edge AI system.
All right, let's rewind to the early 2000s. Nike is at the absolute peak of its powers, and it decides to take a massive leap into the future. They invest millions in this new AI, one that promised to completely revolutionize their supply chain and predict sneaker trends with basically perfect accuracy. The goal here was nothing short of perfection.
I mean, the vision was incredible. Just think about it. A system that knows exactly which shoes are going to be the next big thing. No more empty shelves, no more wasted inventory, just this perfectly smooth, efficient machine churning out exactly what customers want right when they want it. It was pretty much the holy grail of retail.
But that dream, it turned into a nightmare, and fast. The system didn't just have a few bugs, it completely collapsed. And the reason wasn't some flaw in the AI code itself, but a series of really critical human errors in how it was all put together. This is where that Silicon Valley ambition slammed headfirst into the messy reality of the real world.
And this just shows you the chaos in a nutshell. The AI was ordering mountains of shoes that nobody wanted, while the must-have sneakers were impossible to find. So the very system that was designed to create perfect harmony instead created this massive chasm between what Nike was making and what people actually wanted to buy.
So what on earth went wrong? How did this promise of perfection go so completely sideways? Well, it wasn't just one single mistake. It was a perfect storm of 4 critical errors. Let's really break down the anatomy of this failure.
So here's how the disaster unfolded. First off, the data was stale. The AI was looking at the past, but the sneaker world was changing at lightning speed. Second, they basically skipped the test drive. They went from 0 to 100 without any real-world testing. Third, they got blinded by the hype, They believed the AI was this infallible magic bullet. And finally, and this is the big one, they forgot about the people. The AI was making decisions in a total vacuum without the crucial wisdom of human experts.
Okay, so these weren't just some abstract technical problems. They had a real, and frankly, devastating impact on Nike's bottom line. Let's take a look at the staggering price of this misalignment.
The fallout was immediate, and it was severe. You have to picture it. Warehouses are literally overflowing with unwanted shoes, costing a fortune to just sit there, while angry customers are leaving stores empty-handed. The entire supply chain, the very lifeblood of the company, was just thrown into utter chaos. And the final bill for all this? A staggering $100 million. Just let that sink in for a second. Over $100 million in losses, all because of a botched AI implementation. It's just a stark reminder of the immense financial stakes when you're getting this stuff right.
But, out of this crisis came some incredibly valuable lessons. Wisdom that's probably more relevant today than ever in our increasingly automated world. So, what can we all learn from Nike's $100 million mistake?
The core lesson is really this. An AI is not a crystal ball. It's an incredibly powerful tool for sure, but its predictions are only ever as good as the data and the assumptions you feed it. It's the classic saying, garbage in, garbage out.
Here's a good way to think about it. An AI is kind of like a driver who can only see the world through the rearview mirror. It can tell you precisely where you've been with incredible detail, but it has no idea that there's a sharp turn coming up just ahead. And in a fast-moving industry like fashion, that's basically a recipe for disaster.
So what's the playbook for avoiding a catastrophe like this? First, you have to obsess over your data. It is the absolute foundation of everything. Second, test, and then test again. You never go all in without real-world validation. Third, trust your experts. That human intuition, that gut check, is still your most valuable asset to sanity check the machine. And finally, you have to make sure your AI is a true partner to your team, not some black box just spitting out orders. See, at the end of the day, Nike's system didn't fail because AI is useless. It failed because the strategy, the data, and the human execution were all fundamentally misaligned.
And that really is the $100 million question we're all left with. As AI gets more and more woven into our world, we all have to ask ourselves, are our strategy, our data, and our execution truly aligned? Because, as Nike learned the hard way, misalignment is a luxury that absolutely no one can afford.